have you seen anything like that?
No good. Wide right.
Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Oh, the band is out on the field. He's going to go into the end zone. He's going to the end zone. The Bears have won. The Bears have won. Oh, my God. You believe in miracles? Yes.
It's the Davey Mac Sports Program, where we talk to sports and other stuff, like February. Everyone knows that March comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb. But most people don't know that February comes in like a floozy and goes out like a whore. I'm Roy Harter, and here's your host, the greatest ever, the great one, Mr. Eastside David McDonald, everyone.
Thank you, Roy Harter, so much. Thank you, Roy Harter. It's the Davey Mac Sports Program on a Tuesday, February 4th, 2025, as Tuesdays are frighteningly becoming our days now. We were a Monday show, and listen, we're a weekly show. We're going to get you the episode via every week. If you're not following me on Twitter, I don't know what the hell you're doing at Eastside Dave. I'll always give you a heads up, a programming note, for your information. That's an FYI for all the people into the old brevity thing. And the whole thing is, I plug it. I tells you, hey, you want to join us live? Fine. Join us live Tuesday, noon Eastern, youtube.com/EastsideDaveTV. If you can't join us live and you're working, you're out there on the job site, you're filling the holes, you're mowing the lawns, you're picking the apples, whatever the hell you're doing.
Yeah, if you're not on disability or unemployment like we are.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people doing those jobs just got kicked the hell out of the country.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, if you're picking tomatoes, doing that kind of thing, and you're not here with us live at noon, we always upload the wonderful version, the remastered version later on that evening, that afternoon. We do this for a selective, group of very important people, of 10 live viewers who we care about very, very much, obviously.
Yes. We consider them family at this point.
Now,
mainly because they are my family.
Yes.
we've got a lot of news before, and this is our big Super Bowl special, ladies and gentlemen. That's why, hence, look at this coat that I'm wearing today. I'm very fancy. We're going to be getting into the Super Bowl, all things Super Bowl. A lot of stories right away from the Super Bowl. We also have a gigantic story out of the NBA we must discuss. We also, though, have a few personal things that we are going to chat about. And I think it's best to chat about some of those at the start of the show. Specifically, Roy Harter. We had a conversation. Was this yesterday or Sunday?
A couple days ago. Yeah.
A couple days ago.
Yeah.
No, it was Saturday. It was Royal Rumble Saturday.
Yeah.
And you delivered a text message. You said, uh-oh. You said, Davey Mac, we got to talk. I go, oh, shit, I'm getting dumped by the fucking third bitch in the last 10 years.
No.
But
I'm no bitch.
Somehow Roy's the hottest
I'm
of three.
your wife, David.
I know you are. That's my point. I know the day Roy leaves me is the day Davey Mac fucking takes a swan dive off the George Washington Bridge. That's it. I'll be like, if I somehow pissed off Roy.
No. You can't piss me off,
Now,
David.
but it was Royal Rumble Saturday, and so I'm hanging out with Stanley Mac. We had done another killer episode of the Eastside Dave and Son Wrestling Show, which is just lighting it up, celebrating our 10th year of that show.
Whoa.
Can you believe this? I started this show when the kid was five years old.
Shh, David, there are definitely laws against that.
It's a show. I started, I suppose I should have paid him no working permit was going to prove me of that fucking thing.
This episode is going to be tagged in a future courtroom between you and your son.
Especially when you have me as the father, because I'm constantly I'm like a Bobby Knight where I'm like, closer to the microphone. Get closer to the microphone. Come on, damn it! Do you want this or not? Hold on, we're gonna pause this recording. Listen to me. Do you want this or not? You're lollygagging through the whole goddamn show. Pick it up. All right? And then we'll go to nursery school tomorrow morning.
Yeah. I liked when you threw the chair in the middle of the recording.
I throw the chair on this show. That's a move. That's a move I directly took from Bobby Knight. I threw the chair 2 weeks ago or last week. I forget what. Oh yeah, because of the Saquon. But Roy, what's the big announcement from Roy Harter? You're leaving us finally. You're retiring.
Not retiring, David, at all. Just to let everyone know, I've been complaining about these back issues for quite, I don't know, I'm sure a few episodes. Well, I'm taking the next step. None of these shots have worked, these epidurals or medications. So I'm going to have a bit of a surgery on the back of my neck on some vertebrae. I'm going to get a couple fused together, 3 fused together. So it's going to make me, I'm going to get the old Mick Mars treatment here.
Mick Mars. You're about as old and small as Mick Mars is.
It's only a matter of time before I start,
you and Mick Mars are twins. You're two ancient, diminutive musicians.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're getting that done in when?
I'm getting that done on my birthday, March 6th, next month, exactly a month away.
That's a great way to celebrate the birthday. I have to have fucking neck surgery.
Yeah, I know, right? So it's because this guy's like a mega surgeon here in the city, Columbia Presbyterian. He's like the man.
Tony Stark? What's his name?
Yeah, Tony Stark.
Robert,
Tony Stark Berg from how Roy described it to me, David.
No, but I mean,
Tony Stark Stein.
Has anyone ever heard of a mega surgeon? That there is no such thing. There is a skilled surgeon. There is a very qualified, very trustworthy surgeon. I'm just trying to talk to you in the proper Queens, okay? There is no such thing as a mega surgeon unless he works for the fucking Avengers. And both of you motherfuckers, let me talk when I'm trying to talk.
When I say mega surgeon, David, I mean a surgeon who has posters on the New York City subway system advertised. Like the old Dr. Zismore guy. No, this guy, like, he just
I went to Dr. Zismore one time.
Come on, really?
Just find a different doctor, Roy. Find a different doctor.
Just for fun. I thought, I've seen all of these fucking things. I've got a few zits on my forehead, and I kind of want to meet this guy. He's a celebrity, because I also was living in Manhattan at the time, and Dr. Zismore was all over. He had those, like, Ghostbusters commercials where they weren't well produced, but goddamn, every third commercial was Dr. Zismore. And I'm like, one day, I'm like, you know what? I got nothing better to do. I want to meet this guy. He's like a celebrity. So I actually waited and met Dr. Zismore.
Wow. Didn't he, now don't quote me on this, but I'm just curious, didn't he have some kind of tax evasion problems, or was there some legal...
a few scandals around the dock, around Dr. Z. There was a few scandals.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I didn't want to slander anyone. But anyway, so David, I'm getting the surgery. It's going to involve me in some traction and a bit of a neck brace for probably 8 to 12 weeks.
You're going to look so stupid. He's going to look so dumb with a stupid neck brace and sit around.
Yeah. I'm going to be like, I won't even fit in the camera anymore. I'll be like this. But the good news is that once that's all taken care of and I'm back in rehab, whatnot, I intend on being back on the show fully. I'll be able to sit upright, and I should be without this pain and not on these drugs anymore. Well, not all the drugs.
That's the most important thing. You want to be without pain, so we do respect your commitment to your health. You know, back in the day, back in the 1940s probably, your relatives there in Berlin would have probably executed you. Because age combined with mobility is a total non-factor there with Roy Harter. Your people, Roy, people would have probably taken you out. He was not valuable. He was not a valuable worker in any way. As far as being a skilled worker goes, how can you be a skilled worker when you're 60 years old and can't move your neck? We had to dispose of Führer Harter because of the neck, you see? Not a skilled worker. In no way, shape, or form.
Oh, nice touch, David.
See, I wasn't doing it. I was off screen doing a thumbs up, and you thought
I saw that, David.
Look at that. You thought.
I saw
Mommy
buddy.
told me, don't assume it makes an ass out of you and me. You assumed I was doing something naughty. I was pulling an Elon Musk. I was giving you a thumbs up on camera. All right, so you're getting the surgery in March, so you'll be out for 12 weeks.
8 to 12 weeks, he said approximately. I'm a quick healer, so I'm going to be walking, doing all the stretches, the physical therapy, so I intend on being back to action pretty quick.
You know who also said he was a quick healer? Jesus, and they killed his fucking ass.
Yes, but he only missed work for 3 days, David, so...
So you'll be back like the Lord.
Yes.
And it all is taking place around Easter anyway. Imagine Roy's going to be out for Lent, and he'll be fucking back on Sunday of Easter.
Yeah, David, what am I doing with my hands, huh?
What?
They're nailed to a
me
cross?
Double middle fingers, you fucking cocksucker. I know what you were doing.
Can I share, when I got the news from Roy, first thing he told me was it was a dick smallment surgery, kind of like chicks with back pain. When they have too big breasts, his dick was too big, so they had to take 2 inches off. Oh, and I was like, Roy, that doesn't sound like a real surgery.
No, it wasn't. He was lying.
And then he told me the real surgery, and I was like, oh, I had a family member who went through that, and, the quality of life was much better. And Roy was like, do you actually have a family member, or are you just saying that, Rob?
He didn't believe you.
He had no trust in me.
No, notable liar. Notable liar and excuse
Not
me.
a notable liar. I just thought Rob was trying to make me feel better. That's all I thought.
And it turns out
I had the exact opposite reaction when Roy called me, and of course he called me first.
Obviously.
I told Roy, let's fuck with Robert and say you quit the show. Even if it's not on the air, just off the air right here, right now. Let's torture Robert. And I'm like, but we have to torture him for only like an hour and a half because I'm watching the Royal Rumble with my son. And then I'm like, all right, maybe it's not worth it, just an hour and a half. A 90-minute torture session isn't enough for Davey Mac. I'm like, fucking Ted Bundy. I got to be torturing for 24 straight hours.
And what if Robert said, Roy Scott, fuck it. I'm out of here too,
Dude. It's about time that fucking loudmouth asshole keyboard playing punk fucking left the show.
Well, Dave did text me. He was like, don't worry, we'll get through without Roy. And I was like, who's Roy? You mean Wally Pip?
I know. That's what they're calling you. Wally Pip. I've already said, Bobo, fucking learn the triangle. You'll be the new musical director of this show. He's like, okay. You know what happened? He fucking took a piece of paper out. He just drew me a triangle. Started hitting it.
Man's a
I
genius.
go, what the fuck? It's a musician, you dumb. What the fuck? So that's the Roy stuff. So on March 6th, you will be leaving us, but you will be returning us if we're all still here alive and still doing the show, which is a big assumption.
I may actually, because I have to do all this pre-op stuff, I may actually miss the week prior to the surgery.
You son of a bitch. Here it
goes. MRIs and stuff. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. That one is yet to be figured out.
Well, we're all rooting for you, and we're all hoping the best for you, and we want you to get better.
Yeah.
Not all of us.
You have been developing a little bit of a Quasimodo type thing where your back has seemed curved more than it used to. You used to have wonderful posture.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
No. If you notice, I actually can't.
You're getting a hump.
My head up right now any further. It's
we don't. I mean, we don't want a hump. We don't want Roy Harter with a hump.
No, not at all. Neither do I. That's why I'm getting this taken care of and getting it all worked out, straightened out.
Oh the fucking TV. Sorry, hold on.
While he does that, Roy, did Big A touch you? Because I don't know if you've noticed, he's been looking much better, slimmer, fitter, almost like an old you. He doesn't have the hunch he used to, and it feels as though maybe he passed it all along to you.
Maybe the Big A is contagious. I don't know.
You don't know. It's possible.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the Roy thing. Now, my thing is this. We're doing this show today thanks to some very special people. I'm not going to dwell on it too much, but I do want to thank Ross and Joe and Mark and Adam and many others who have helped me out. I am squabbling and in a little bit of debt with the landlords because we've had some disagreements about money issues, security deposits, which were given, and blah, blah, blah. And they say, blah, blah. Anyway, there's a real war going on between me and these landlords. They're horrible, horrible people. I'm sure they're watching right now. You are horrible people. You are cold-hearted scum. You get people into your apartment complex, and then every fucking year, you go crazy with the rent increase. Every single year. Until this past year, you raised the rent 3 times. Normally, then your normal increase is what I'm saying. Rather than your bullshit fucking $80, $85 a month increase, just decided, let's go to $240 a month this year. Everyone in the apartment complex has complained. There are stories all over the local newspapers and websites, Asbury Park Press, NJ.com, about the great New Jersey exodus, where hardworking, talented people simply cannot afford to live because of these scumbag fucking landlords. Governor Phil Murphy is an absolute piece of shit, a do-nothing, know-nothing dweeb who thinks it's funny to call people knuckleheads. Hey, you fucking douchebag. Stop trying to sound like you're from New Jersey and start acting like it. Helping people out. Being a man. We've had nothing, no help done in the form of property taxes, mortgages, and rents. So then, because the fucking property taxes are like we're fucking living on gold in New Jersey. What is this, fucking John Milton's paradise? Where everything is fucking perfect, where there's streams of milk and honey? It's fucking Jersey, for Christ's sakes. It's a nice state, I love it. But it's not goddamn paradise. And because he could never get the fucking property tax, he's let these goddamn landlords get away with fucking murder. Well, anyway, some folks, I said, hey, the problem is if I get kicked out of here by these motherfuckers, by these awful people, then that's it. Like I have to go away. I have to do something else. I'm going to reinvent myself and just probably reinvent myself as a good old fashioned Uber driver. I'm not even kidding. So that's what I said. So anyway, people did step up and or helped me out. I still have a few battles with these motherfuckers. I still have, cash I owe them. But regardless, at least we've won a battle. I got to thank all those people. Didvod at AOL.com on PayPal. DIDVOD at AOL.com. That's the PayPal that those folks contributed. And look, usually I would say, hey, you're talking about money, you're asking for money or this or that. Well, it's more like asking for official support for these shows, if you like. Because, yeah, if these people win their fucking war with me, if I get kicked out of here, that's it. That's it. So it's a different kind of thing. And you know what? For 20 years, I've asked for nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, all Davey Mac Sports programs have been free. All the Eastside Davidson wrestling shows, all Yaddle channels. The amount of videos. I mean, we've done hundreds and thousands of hours where we've never charged anything. Probably bad business acumen on my end. So I'm trying to catch up and pay these people some money. But I do thank those folks for helping out. And that's the update right now. We're good to go. Due to those folks, those wonderful people. We are good to go right now. But still have more battles. But I thank you. So that's it. That's the update for me.
If you need any more testament to how hard you've worked, Roy literally worked himself into a surgery.
I know.
Yes, David. If it's any consolation, David, this surgery, believe it or not, cost probably over $400,000. When that's what the insurance company gets billed, which blows my mind. And thank God I have insurance, but I kind of got I got into the fuck you bracket in my insurance company thing, so I'm kind of wondering what I'm going to be on the hook for this operation. So it's
might be a good time to ask the CEO.
On what planet, what universe is it fair that you're having you have a horrible neck injury and you're $400,000 in the hole. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I mean, what planet is a $200,000 fucking college tuition worth?
Everything. And fucking Governor Murphy comes out here, calls people knuckleheads in New Jersey, thinks that he's doing anything. He's not. He's a complete fucking buffoon. He's an egg-headed douchebag who isn't funny and hasn't done shit for this state. And trust me, I've called everyone. I've been, you know me. When I go crazy, I go crazy. And I've called every single local official. I've called every local politician. I've worked my way through the state up to the governor's mansion with calls upon calls upon calls. Locally and state-wise, everyone passes the buck to the other guy. And they blame the other guy. And that's how you know it's all rigged and everyone is fucked. So if you see me 2 years from now in Florida, that's the reason why.
Why Florida, David? Is it because it's a no-tax state?
Because it's cheap. Because I get away. Because I'm going to be hiding out in the South with the threats that I give to these apartment people.
Yeah. I just don't think Florida's a good option for you. Just on account of your and my skin color, David, we would burn and get cancer immediately.
Forget. I am an amusement park fan. I've thought about this. I'm going to, live my life in Disney World or Universal. Maybe even get a job at one of those facilities. I'll run the Toy Story ride or the Star or the Millennium Falcon. Would there be anyone more enthusiastic than me? Dave, hello. Dave from New Jersey on my name tag. Welcome, children. Welcome to the Millennium Falcon! Come right aboard, children! Come right aboard, kids! Come right aboard! On the Millennium Falcon, you're gonna see things you've never seen before! Stars, the galaxies, monsters, Wookiees! It's all here for you, children! Come, children! Come to the Millennium Falcon! I'm Master David, your Jedi instructor! We're going to be learning all about the Falls, children. We're going to be into the Falls, children. Ooh. All right. So that's my future. So that's the Davey Mac and Roy update for you. One more update. One more update.
One more update. Go ahead.
My mother.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. Where are you going with this? What's going on, David?
Oh, what did you say? What do you? I just gave the today's Davey Mac Sports Program lesson of the day. No, I got it. What did you learn? And we're going to do it at the end of every show. And we're going to talk about what we learned. One of the things we learned today is not to make assumptions. You just did. What was the assumption you made about my mother, please?
I made an ass out of you and her.
Yeah. And when I said we're going to talk about my mom, you said, uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Well, I just, when your mom's involved, I don't want to get in trouble for anything, David. So I don't know what's gonna happen here.
All right.
I get nervous when mommy gets involved.
I think it has to do with the fact she's a musician. Roy's a musician. Roy's going to take a couple weeks off. I think he's nervous. She might be his Cal Ripken.
Is she the new Cal?
Well, Robert, you can't give away. Robert, it would have been a beautiful joke had you waited until the fucking bit. See? You invert your shit as a comedian. He doesn't know how to fucking do it. If you just had saved your wonderful joke till after the video, because I didn't even set it up yet. Here's the update on my mom. No. She's now become a musician.
Wait, she has?
Robert, timing is important. You are a comic.
Yeah.
I think one day you'd learn what a fucking setup is. A setup, Bobby. You know how to do the comedy thing.
Every time we see Beanie, she's singing.
This is not where you talk. You blew it. This is where you hang back. When I scream at you for fucking not understanding the rules of comedy, which is a setup is required before the punchline. So the setup is, here's an update on my mom. She is now a musician.
Oh, she is? That might make Roy nervous. Maybe that's why he said, uh-oh.
Awesome. No, just wait till the clip and then say it, you impatient fuck. My mom's a musician. That's the update.
Boy.
That he fucking stepped. Just stop talking. Seriously. That he stepped all over. Did you do a little coke today? You're stepping all over the caveman today, motherfucker. Hang back. You see my lips moving. Shut up. Holy fuck. My mom. The update is a fucking musician.
I hope she doesn't take my job, Dave. Become my Carl Ripken.
There are times where I'm sick as a dog and I desperately need help, and people just sit there mute like they're fucking mummies. And then there are times where I'm shot out of a cannon, and that's when Robert wants to talk all over me, for Christ's sakes. The time where I'm bringing the fucking juice. Robert, please play that clip of Mommy.
What is she doing?
Mommy has Roy. She has purchased a mandolin. Oh, and this project has been going on for over a year now, maybe a year and a half. But she's actually, after a year and a fucking half, she's made a little progress. Here is my mother singing Bob Marley. She chose Bob Marley, ladies and gentlemen, to cover. So here we go. Beanie Mac playing Bob Marley live. This is a very much an exclusive.
About a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smiled with the rising sun. 3 little birds pitched by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true, saying, this is my message to you.
How about that, Roy?
Wow.
Powerful.
I've never actually heard anyone make a mandolin sound like a ukulele like that. That's pretty impressive.
A ukulele, mandolin, whatever the fuck
shit.
it's called. Just because you're an award-winning musician who's going to get replaced by my mom, according to Robert Tamburro.
Yeah.
Just because you're, all right, ukulele. I have to tell you, I like the beginning of it.
I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. So charming.
My daughter goes, baby, because that's what they call her. Not grandma, not this or that. They heard everyone calling her Beanie when they were little babies. So they call her BB. They thought they were saying BB, so they call her BB. That's her grandma name for all the kids. All the grandchildren. Okay? My daughter goes, BB. It doesn't sound like the song at all. She said, why are you going so low when you're supposed to go high? But I have to tell you, I sort of like the don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be all right. Saying don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be all right. I actually like that.
Yeah, it's fantastic. She did an amazing job.
Make our own version of that, Roy.
Okay. Yeah,
I want to do a version. The next time we're at your house, I want to do a version of that where we just bring those fucking keys down. She made it sound like some sort of like 1950s like Catholic hymn. But I kind of dug that about it. And then she did the high part because she listened to my daughter. And it was like she kind of hit the notes, right, Roy?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not easy hitting those notes. So she did a
We
really
went
good
into
job.
the Beanie Mac Muppet voice, though.
Yeah, falsetto.
The whole, you know.
No, I think
this morning.
Yeah. It's listen. Anytime I listen to a song, I'm listening to it for the performance. I don't care if they're hitting the notes dead on or whatnot. That's irrelevant to me. I'm looking for the soul.
That's why you love me as a vocalist.
That's right, because you bring the soul, and that's why that's the only thing that I like about music. I'm not much of a technical, aficionado.
I think my mother and I do have a little bit of a musical ear. Now, it's probably not a great musical ear, but it's a decent musical ear. Like,
sure.
Even when we know we're wrong with like a note or something, we'll try to figure out the right key, in what's going on with the music. Is that fair?
Yeah, absolutely fair. I would actually go as far as to say that you and your mom are great, what I consider folk artists.
Ooh.
And explain that to me, Roy.
Music of the people. You are not one you would find on The Voice, or if you were on The Voice, you would get demoted and demeaned immediately. However, when you're amongst the people, you are appreciated and respected.
Okay.
Kind of like Bob Dylan.
Like Bob Dylan.
Yes, he kind of invented the genre.
Yeah, I mean, I know what folk music is.
Yeah, him and Bob Seger and Johnny Appleseed and
yeah, I know. I know what these. I would say how were my mom and I folksy, but that's fine. I like it.
No, music of the people. You are the voices of the people.
I get it now.
Voices of the people is how I would say it.
Dave,
yeah, go ahead, Robert.
Dave, I didn't realize your mom was such a fan of Bob Marley. Maybe I should worry that she's going to be I'm going to be her Wally Pip.
Why? Because of the weed, you mean?
Because of weed, yeah. It's kind of and I do love Bob Marley too.
I'm trying to. Yeah. Wait, what does he mean exactly?
Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves shall free our mind.
But Beanie, I mean, she could sing shit. It's why I also have that fucking show tunes. I too have the Liza Minnelli or the old Irish, oh Danny boy. The pipes are calling from glen to glen around the opening side, and I feel the thieves are going, holy the and he will come to you. And then she... Okay.
That was my favorite part.
And then she goes, the sunshine in the meadow, a funny one, a funny was away.
Here comes the best part.
And I will ride on sorrow. Oh, Danny boy, until you roll with me. Thank you.
Wow, we did that over a Zoom call, basically. I can only imagine what that's going to sound like when Bobby puts it together.
Yeah, I also like the little chopsticks at the end. Why did you do a little chopsticks? You did a little, little. Oh, you gave it a little Asian flavor there at the end.
Yeah, I like a little Asian flavor, a little Asian spice.
It is important to note that Bobby is mixing this, not the great Roy Harter. You guys listen to this in post.
Bobby Tamburro. Yeah, Bobby Tamburro.
Okay, well, we didn't need to get that specific. We don't need the hate mail.
No, Bobby Tamburro is mixing this. Now, Super Bowl week.
All right, finally.
Real quick, we got a great compliment. Somebody called you the modern day Regis Philbin. You can sing, you can be comedy, you got variety. You're the Mr. Do It All.
Thank you. I am. I can sing. Ready? Watch this. I'll give you a little exhibition right here. I can sing. Start spreading the news. I'm living today. I wanna be a part of it. In old New York, if I can make it now, make it anywhere. It's okay. Oh, New York, New York. And then I go immediately into what's the proper name for a shish kebab? A shish Robert. USA! 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 Anyway.
Wonderful, David.
Anyway, you've been listening to the Davey Mac Music and Comedy Special. I'm like Regis Philbin. Go fuck yourself, Kathy Lee! When I was a child, too, I used to have a massive crush on Kathy Lee Gifford. I used to really, really want her as a young man. My mom used to watch Regis and Kathy Lee. And if I was homesick, I'd watch it with her.
Yep.
And I'd be like, that Kathy Lee Gifford is one of the more attractive women in the world. I remember actually having a massive crush on Kathy Lee Gifford as a kid.
Well,
I
okay.
thought,
I mean,
that's the top of the food chain when it comes to ladies. You will never have anyone beat Kathy Lee Gifford. I didn't know the fucking Angelina Jolies and the Kate Uptons of the world were on their way. Excuse me. I guess I was a little prehistoric. I told you I was a kid, 7 or 8. I was just saying that fucking chick is hot as fudge.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
At least you didn't say Katie Couric, because then I would have been nervous.
No, yeah.
She was a bit like, almost a bit like Mary Lou, the gymnast type.
Mary Lou Retton?
Mary Lou Retton, yeah.
Beef with her, American hero.
Before Regis and Kathy Lee, she would watch the Today Show. Never liked any of those people. Always thought Bryant Gumbel was a phony. And then was proven right.
Yeah.
When it was found, he sent a memo to NBC Brass saying that Willard Scott, longtime weatherman, the guy who says happy birthday to 100-year-old ladies. Bryant Gumbel in a memo to NBC said Willard Scott's a lazy piece of shit. Lazy.
Whoa.
What's that off? Wait, what's that for? Anyway, this ain't the fucking Today Show sports program, okay? It's Davey Mac Sports Program, all right? It's Super Bowl week, motherfuckers. Yeah, what was that?
A little stinger for Super Bowl week.
You guys can hear that Sunday live.
Live, Davey Mac Sports Program. Super Bowl Sunday. This Sunday, very, very excited. So this is technically our Super Bowl issue, Super Bowl special. And I'm excited. We got the Kansas City Chiefs. We got the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, both in the last couple days, have said that we're the villains of the NFL and that's okay. We're okay with being the villains and this and that. Are they the villains of the NFL? Roy, you first.
I'm going to say no because teams like the Cowboys exist. They're the true villains, David.
That's a good point. But the Cowboys have also sucked, or even though they make the playoffs, not this year, they were terrible this year, but in recent years where they make the playoffs, they're usually one and done. They haven't gotten to even an NFC championship. They haven't won a Super Bowl in 30 years. So, lack of success. But, okay, I like that. Cowboys are the villains, Robert.
I think they're the WWE heel of the NFL. I think they're set up by the NFL to be the bad guys, so we as the fans don't look into the actual bad guys in the NFL. You've got Deshaun Watson. What he did was a scumbag. He's the quarterback of the Browns, but nobody really brings that up anymore because it's all about, are they cheating? Are we doing this? So I do think they're set up to be the heels. Even now it's coming out, the NFL's looking into whether or not it was rigged. the last game they played against the Bills. They're doing an official investigation, and it's like they're doing everything they can to make them the bad guy.
It's a little late now. The fucking Super Bowl has been determined. It's a little late to do the investigation now. What are they going to do? Fucking cancel the Super Bowl?
I couldn't agree with you more, but I think that does show like a sign of greatness too, right? Like if you think about all the greatest people to ever do it, by the time they're doing it for the three-peat, which would be historic or whatever version of that, they've become the bad guy that everybody roots against.
Here's the bottom line. Obviously, when you win a lot, you become the annoying team that people root against. Does that make you the villain? Not necessarily sure about that. It makes you the villain, it makes you the bad guy of the moment. When the Patriots were winning, everyone was complaining about the Patriots cheating. Everyone was complaining about the Patriots getting the calls. It's the same thing with the Yankees. It's the same thing when the Celtics and Lakers are on top. It's the same thing with Michael Jordan. People always say that the stars get preferential treatment. I can't look at Andy Reid, who obviously has the Wilford Brimley appearance and the nice old guy with the big fucking mustache, and say that's a villain. I'm sorry. Andy Reid is like America's grandfather at this point. If you ask for, give me a grandpa character from Central Casting, here comes Andy Reid. He's not a villain. Patrick Mahomes, I've always thought to be a nice guy. Every single press conference Patrick Mahomes delivers, he never comes across as smug, as asshole-ish to me, and he's got every right to be. He succeeded more than any of these fucking schmizmos ever will succeed. Ever. Even if Lamar and Allen get their Super Bowl, I don't think they're getting as many as Mahomes. He's already got 3. And he's got 15 years, more years of football to play. He's got 1 game today to get to number 4.
Absolutely.
So I can't see Mahomes as a villain. But you know who I can see as a villain? Travis fucking Kelce. Now let me explain something to you, Travis.
Ooh.
This is the Super Bowl. My kids are watching. I don't want to see Travis Kelce. He gets a fucking touchdown. He always does some disgusting end zone dance. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be Joe Buck with the Randy Moss situation, because Randy was just having fun and doing a little dance. Travis Kelce always does some fucking thing where he's dancing, lots of crotch, then hands go near the crotch, and then he smells his own fingers. That's fucking gross.
Yeah, sure
This is your Travis Kelce. This is just for the YouTube folks. This is your Travis Kelce after he gets a touchdown. Right? He spikes the ball. He goes, like this. And then he goes like this. And then, ew.
Oh, that's disgusting.
It's fucking gross. Fucking putting your hands near your dick and then smelling your fingers, you fucking cannibal weirdo. That's horrible. Some fucking John Wayne Gacy shit, man. That's not sure normal to me. David.
Man.
I don't like Travis Kelce. It's got nothing to do with Taylor Swift. Zero, zilch, dick all to do with her. It's got everything to do with somebody loves himself a little too much. You get that vibe. I don't even get it from Mahomes, the fucking quarterback of the team. But I get it from Kelce. Oh, does he love himself some Travis Kelce? Oh, he's in love with himself. This is a guy who looks at himself in the mirror for fucking 4 hours a day before he goes outside. I am telling you, this is a vain, narcissistic twit. I don't like him. I can't say the Chiefs are the villain, but fucking Travis Kelce is. You're on my shit list, pal. In fact, we got a different phrase for that on this goddamn here show. Travis Kelce, you're on the Shizer list.
Shizer, you're the ones that we despise.
Good job, Roy.
Thank you, David.
You were right on that, Shizer, and I appreciate that. Because I'm sorry. And also, I liked it when his head was, close crew cut, whatever the fuck. Buzz cut, crew cut.
Yeah.
Short hairdo. Wait, what is this? He's got some weird fucking, it's a very late 90s. It's not long, but the hair is parted in the middle and it goes down to here. It looks fucking terrible.
You know who's got a haircut like that? A lot of my gay friends.
Yeah.
Now, I got nothing against the haircut, but the fact that they're gay really bothers me.
I think you meant to. You pulled a Robert. You meant to.
Got it backwards.
Invert,
yes.
Yeah, invert that. You hate. It's okay that they're gay.
That's what I meant, David. That's exactly what I meant. But I will say something about Chelsea. Whatever his name is,
Travis Kelce.
My gaydar goes off with him. I'm telling you. I'm
telling you. It's the hair. He looks like a 1996 Duke lacrosse player. It's that. It's not a good look. It's not. I've been saying this for a long time. In 2025, if you're a guy with a mustache and mullet, kill yourself. It's not funny. You're not going to make me laugh because in 2025, you have a mustache and a mullet. What you are going to make me say is, there's a douchebag, because, and it's not because of the mustache and mullet. It's because for the last 5 years, I got to watch every unfunny Tom, Dick, and Harry think, in order to become a wacky character in the 2020s, I'm going to do a mustache and mullet thing. And so everyone thinks, shortcut to comedy is the mustache and mullet. It's a fucking hack move at this point. It's fucking overdone. It sucks. So he's got the mustache, and then he's got the weird late 90s in the middle part.
Yeah. Next thing you know, he'll be dating Madonna, and then it's pretty much a done deal.
I'll say this about Taylor Swift, and you know what? I ain't afraid of no Swifties. When I had Billy Mitchell on the show, I had fucking 3,000 Billy Mitchell haters come and tell me I should kill myself or they were going to kill me. This is years ago, not the past episode, but years ago on the Compound Media. After getting through the Billy Mitchell fucking hater assassination period of my life, where every day I was looking over my shoulder, I am no longer afraid of fan bases. So here you go. Ready, Swifties? The woman you look up to is just like Travis Kelce, a narcissistic, everyone look at me, airheaded asshole. It's all eyes on me constantly. No chill factor. How about a chill factor? Celebrities used to understand a chill factor. Taylor Swift is always overacting. Everyone look at me. Same thing with their fucking tight end husband, Travis Kelce. Same thing. Everyone pay attention to me. Fucking
tight
I
end.
can't wait for the fucking Taylor Swift diss track to you, Dave.
Bring it, Taylor. Hey, Taylor, did you hear what Roy and I did on F. Tom Brady? Huh? You want to fucking go diss track for diss track? You know what? This is the Super Bowl special, and we always play this song during our Super Bowl special. So we're just going to, before you play it, Robert, the original version, I want to tell Miss Swift, pay attention, Miss Swift, to this fucking song. Because if you want a fucking diss track, like Kendrick Lamar, I'm going to diss your ass, and I'm going to win every fucking Grammy in the book when it's done. Now hit my music.
Get ready, you pedophile bitch.
It's Giants time in the Super Bowl. Eli Manning and Antrell Rowe gonna win. Yeah, dominate, baby. Gonna fuck the shit out of Tom Brady. That's right. Lawrence Tynes kicking in your face. Yeah. Tom Coughlin, give us some bass. Bob Dylan said, gonna fuck the shit out of Tom Brady. Tickle me Elmo, no tackle me Osi. Belichick, Brady, all pussy and pussy. Giants Cape Fear, Eli's Max Katie, gonna ruin your boat. Badly, Tom Brady. Break it down, Roy Schaefer. Come on.
It's the Davey Mac Sports Program. Subscribe on iTunes, Daddy, and listen on Sirius XM.
Wyclef Jean is from fucking Haiti. Gonna Fuji your shit, Tom Brady. Pirate says, ahoy, matey. Gonna walk the plank and fuck you, Tom Brady. With
in your ass, Tom Brady. Woo! Yeah! Davey Mac Sports Program. You know what time it is.
I mean, come on. Now,
Those were the days, man.
Taylor Swift wants a piece of that? Huh?
Good luck, honey.
Hey, Swifties, I ain't scared. Bobby Tamburro ain't scared. And Roy Harter, who lives in Long Island, and I can give you his address.
I'm a little
Anytime
scared.
you want. Wait, you're going to be out of commission for 8 to 12 weeks. No one's going to care if they try to kill you. All right,
Good point.
Robert and I still have a fucking show to do, buddy.
Yeah, good point, David.
Again, Swifties, if you don't like any of these comments, Roy Harter's his name. He lives in Long Island. Just DM me for the docs information. By the way, Robert,
Yes, sir.
I was looking for the Tom Brady song today on my computer, and I found a very rare acoustic version.
Oh, that's
that was
awesome.
played. And Roy, I want you to give it a thumbs up or thumbs down, since you're the musical director of the show, and a Grammy award or Emmy. I always forget if it's Grammy or Emmy.
Whatever we want to call it, Dave. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
You legitimately won one of these awards, which is
I won a few Emmys. Yeah.
And he's a Nobel laureate.
Emmys. Yeah. And I want to make sure that I can hear it this time because I did not hear the previous track.
You're not going to hear this one either, probably.
Okay, so I'll pretend. All right, go with it.
Just pretend.
Let's go.
It's Giants time in the Super Bowl. Eli Manning and Antrero gonna win. Yeah, dominate, baby. Good of us here, Tom Brady. Tickle me, Emma. Tackle me, oh, say. Belichick, Brady, off a fully and fully. Orange tide, kick in your face in the time cobbling. Give me some brace. Dabney Coleman is Zadie gonna push it out of Tom Brady. That's it.
That's it, David.
That was like a Richmond, north of Richmond version.
Yeah.
right.
I knew it was going to be good when I saw you playing the guitar the right way, not upside down.
Yeah, I'm a southpaw. I am a lefty. I was playing it the right way. That was a left-handed guitar. But
Yes.
thumbs up or thumbs down? You're Roy Harter.
Thumbs up, buddy. 2 thumbs up from Roy Harter.
Did you recognize the music?
Yeah, it was the acoustic version of the Tom Brady track, right?
No, it was Eat Your Brains.
Little mashup from the Brunson
Wow.
days.
Ryan, I believe there was a gentleman named Ryan Brock.
Ryan Brock nailed
I
it.
saw him say that, so I thought I'd give him a shout out. It was, in fact, the music that I did right for my hit song, Eat Your Brains. I repurposed for that acoustic version of the song. It's the only rock riff I've ever written in my entire life. So I'm going to use it for every track I ever sing.
Mashup, they call that, kids.
I think BB King.
All right. Now, so final thing about the NFL real quick. I was watching First Take today. And
Oof.
the fucking question that they put out there, which was insane, was if Patrick Mahomes wins the Super Bowl this Sunday,
Yeah.
is he better than Tom Brady? Now, the last time I checked, sports is really easy with which to do this and judge guys. There's these things called statistics. Numbers mean everything in sports. And thus, Patrick Mahomes, he's won 3 Super Bowls. If he wins on Sunday, it'll be his 4th. But the last time I checked, Roy, 7 is greater than 4. Tom Brady's won 7 Super Bowls. Mahomes, if he wins on Sunday, will have won 4. Do you understand this? Do you know what they're coming from? I guess they're hanging on to the fact that three-peat, if the Chiefs win, it'll be the first time in Super Bowl era that someone's three-peated because the Green Bay Packers did it before the Super Bowl era. Roy?
Well, I mean, yeah, 7 is better than 3, but it makes you wonder, did maybe he won a couple in high school, a couple big state championships?
Who gives a shit about? We're not doing high school and college. We don't care about that. That's not.
Well,
we're talking about the NFL. In my opinion, Patrick Mahomes needs 8 Super Bowls. It's that simple. We're not going to fucking come here and sit here and have a debate. I love Patrick Mahomes as it is. Patrick Mahomes is 3rd on the Davey Mac all-time quarterback list. It goes Tom Brady, Joe Montana, and then Patrick Mahomes. Okay. Terry Bradshaw also had 4, but he had fucking Hall of Fame wide receivers all over the place and an entire defense that went into the Hall of Fame. So Terry Bradshaw is not a part of this conversation. We're talking about the great quarterbacks who lead their teams to a fucking clutch win, 2 minutes or less, the greats of the game. It's right now, Tom Brady, number 1, Joe Montana, number 2, Patrick Mahomes, number 3. If Patrick Mahomes wins on Sunday, I've got no problems putting him above Montana. No problems there. He would have tied Montana with 4 each. He will have got the 3-peat. But 7 is a fucking shit ton of Super Bowls. And these are all in the modern era. He won them all in the 21st century. Now, we're not having to go back to the 50s or 60s or any kind of bullshit.
No.
Okay, Brady, getting to 10 Super Bowls is almost unfathomable. We watched a player play in the Super Bowl 10 times. He won 7. And here's why I say Mahomes has to get 8. Because even if he ties Brady, those two went head-to-head. When Brady was on the Bucs, he played the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and he won. Not only that, but Brady has also defeated Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship when he was on the Patriots. So in the big games, Brady beat Mahomes. Mahomes has to get to a minimum of 8 before we start calling it better than Brady. If he wins on Sunday, his job is halfway done. This is crazy. We live in such a temporary society that we have no memory even of people who just fucking retired. We can't even remember 15 years ago. Get a grip, America.
Yep.
And it's almost less impressive if you're talking specifically about a quarterback that he's done it in a row. Like, one of the unique things about Brady was he did it through almost 4 different channels of eras, of teams, of people around him, of ways to do it. Yeah. That shows you how good of a quarterback he was. Whereas Mahomes has been one system, one core group of guys. They even brought back the running back from the first. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, Brady won 3 Super Bowls with the Patriots. Then they went almost 10 years before that. But then they won another 3, which is insane. That's like 2 basically dynasties with the same guy.
And then went to a completely another team, completely new system, and won
new
one
conference, knew everything, and then plays Mahomes in the Super Bowl and defeats him. That's it. Brady's the GOAT unless Mahomes gets to 8. That's the fucking simple math right there, folks. You can argue it all you want. But if you do argue it, you're stupid. Now, Roy.
Yes, sir, David.
Remember there was a time where you were at a fair or something in Long Island and you ran into Mike Francesa, or at least you spotted Mike Francesa and you put him, you took a selfie of yourself, but you had Francesa in the background.
Yeah, it was literally a school fair that took place a block away from my house. Mike actually lives in my neighborhood.
Well, he does?
Yes.
Why don't you get him on the show as one of the weeks as a fill-in? That is going to be your responsibility.
Because I only see him once a year, and that is at that fair across the street.
When does that fair take place?
You like late April usually.
Yeah.
Hey,
you should come, David. You'll be there.
Late April, time's up with us.
Yeah.
So get Mike Francesa on as a special guest host to replace Roy Harter. You'll be the legend of all time. I might even change it to the Roy Harter Sports Program. If you were to do that, I would seriously consider it. That is your challenge. I don't think it's a challenge you're going to complete, but I have officially given that challenge to you.
Fair enough, David.
Now, go ahead.
I said I may have to bail out. My neck's getting a little weird on me, and I'm having a problem sitting still.
Can you give me 3 more minutes because I need to take me out to the ball game.
Okay, let's do it, buddy.
All right, real quick, Robert.
Before I go gimp on you.
Got it.
Or just show this video, or it's just a photo. It's not a video. And it's Mike Francesa was spotted in Pennsylvania pouring windshield wiper fluid into the hood of his car. There, he has the hood popped up, I should say, and he's got it up. And there's Mike with the windshield wiper fluid, and he's refilling, having a good time in Pennsylvania. Though that's a great spot. I wouldn't think Mike was hanging out in Pennsylvania. He's a very Long Islandish, New York type of guy.
He may, I wonder, maybe he's got a place in the Poconos or something.
No,
a little weekend getaway.
All right, Roy. Roy, hit your music so you can get out of here early.
I'm already on it, buddy.
I'll speed up the setup. That's something that Robert does all the time before he tells a joke. he speeds it up. You know why I was there, Roy? Oh, by the way, this is Mike Francesa here. Hello, America. How are you? I'm doing coke. I meant to say I'm doing good. I have Diet Coke on the brain. I apologize. I've cut down. Ro has told me to cut down on my Diet Coke intake. I'm now down to only 14 a day. So I'm feeling good. And Ro decided, let's go on a nice sojourn for the country. And in our minds, our Long Island wet brains, the country means Pennsylvania. Well, that's what we did. We got in the car, and we drove. At some point, I recognized that my windshield wiper fluid level was low. Okay, so we stopped. We did the. And here's the thing about the windshield wiper fluid: it doesn't clean the way it used to. Windshield wiper fluid in 2025, okay, is not windshield wiper fluid from 1999. Okay, 1999 windshield wiper fluid, it'll take the paint off the house. Okay, you put 1999 windshield wiper fluid on your hand, the skin's gonna come off. Okay? You're just gonna be like a skeleton. Okay. 1999 windshield wiper fluid, much better than 2025 windshield wiper fluid. Now, 1999 windshield wiper fluid, not as good, surprisingly, as 1972 windshield wiper fluid. The reason why is because the government didn't realize, they had no restrictions of chemicals, right? And so they put all kind of, turpentine and, sodium nitrate and, other kinds of things into the windshield wiper fluid in 1922, okay? And so after we got done with the windshield wiper fluid, we go down to the Pennsylvania. It was Sunday, this past Sunday. And all of a sudden, I'm hearing polka music, right? Some kind of bizarre polka, type of thing. And all of a sudden, there's a whole bunch of people here in this square type of scenario, okay? Now, look, my name is Mike Francesa, okay? My wife's name is Ro. Okay? I'm from Long Island. I don't know what, you country folk, do, but there was people, they were in a square, and then all of a sudden, this guy comes up, and it was like the Lion King. He brings up this animal, and he shows off this animal to everybody, and then he exclaims, 6 more weeks to winter. And apparently apparently the fucking animal's name, I don't know if this animal is some kind of god to the small town Pennsylvania country folk, because the animal was up, people were screaming, and he goes, this little animal has declared 6 more weeks of winter. And if anyone has a problem with that, this animal will strike you down where you are, okay? No, listen, people say, Mike, you embellish, you hyperbolize, okay? I kid you not. All right, a man in a tuxedo took this animal god out of the fucking tree stump and then fucking showed everyone in the air. Remember, like Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark at the beginning of the movie, where he had the golden idol and all the stupid, tribal people, the locals in the jungle. They all went, because they thought, the fucking little gold idol thing was a god. Apparently that's what apparently the people think this giant oversized rat in Pennsylvania, apparently the locals think he's some kind of god who can declare the weather patterns. Ro and I couldn't believe it. I told Ro, get the fuck back in the car. We're going to Long Island. We're going to Finnegan's, the local pub right around the house. I'm never going back to Pennsylvania ever again, no matter how many windshield wiper fluids I have. I'm Mike Francesa. Go fuck yourselves, America. Thank you, Roy. Now if you have to bail.
Yeah, I might have to bail, buddy. I'm sorry. It's starting to. My painkillers are starting to wear off.
Only what do they give you?
They gave me some bullshit gabapentin, which is a nerve blocker. I'm on like 1,800 milligrams of this shit, and I take it 3 times a day. It doesn't do a goddamn thing. It's useless. They don't give you opioids anymore because they're afraid people get addicted. So instead, they give you these nerve blockers.
What's the point? What's the point of having a fucking neck injury if you're not going to get the opioids?
That's a great question, David. Yeah, that's a
great
question.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I call bullshit too. But so I get about an hour where I could sit straight, and then my neck starts to kind of sag.
Now you're in pain again. All right.
Yeah, what happens is my neck starts spasming, so I can't hold my head up straight. It's one of those fucking weird things.
It's horrible.
Yes, it's ridiculous.
All right, well, you have now been talking for 4 minutes straight. I was trying to get you off the hook here.
Yeah.
But now it's like you're wanting to stay.
Yeah. No, it's all good. Listen, I just want to say thank you. Have yourself a great week, everyone, and enjoy the Super Bowl, all right, buddy?
There you go.
Can we get your prediction before you run?
Oh, yeah. It's
100%
the Chiefs because...
What's the score?
Oh, the score. Hold on. Give me a second here. Let me see. 24-17, David. I don't know how it's going to happen, but yeah, that's it. Chiefs.
24-17.
It's actually
the
a realistic
Chiefs.
Option.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Roy. Roy Harter, everyone. Yeah. We'll see you back next week, though.
Yes, I'll be here next week. Absolutely. Wow. Love you guys.
God bless you.
Roy
Harter, the musical director of the Davey Mac Sports Program. Signing off once again.
For now.
If he can work his own phone. Now that he's gone. You get Bobo and you get him that fucking triangle, like I told you. or if we can't rely on him and count on him, you get Big A kazoo.
Do you think you could stutter a kazoo?
But
before we move on from Francesa, I may have a little insight.
Yes.
So this weekend I was actually at Dead Crow Comedy in Wilmington, North Carolina. I think I plugged it on the last show, and it was a lot of fun, but I was driving back Sunday, and there was a bit of a snowstorm. And we were going like 35 on the highway at most points.
Yeah.
And we didn't need to be going that slow. We could have been going much faster, but there were just scared people with New York license plates in the left lane. I'm guessing it was Francesa. And I'm thinking he was going so slow. Yeah. Oh, come on. Move over.
He doesn't know what to do. And I'm sorry. I thought he was pouring that windshield wiper fluid into the wrong fucking tube. I wish we had an eagle's eye view of that hood and that whole scenario going on, because I'm not sure if Mike was pouring it in the wrong thing. He was pouring that fucking thing into the oil canister.
It looked like the coolant area for me.
Right?
Yeah.
It was the coolant area.
That
shit wasn't windshield wiper fluid.
Not good.
Windshield wiper fluid much closer to the windshield. Mike was down further on the car. I'm sorry.
Looked engine like. I don't like it.
I fucking used to deliver flowers, folks. I knew how to work around a fucking van. And no, that wasn't a van, but it was an SUV. And I fucking knew how to pop the hood and make sure things were in tip-top shape. Okay?
Can I ask a question? Why don't you bring me flowers anymore?
Why don't you bring me flowers anymore? The big, huge trade that everyone is still talking about is the Dallas Mavericks sending 25-year-old Luka Dončić to the LA Lakers for 31-year-old Anthony Davis. Two things. It's the first time in NBA history that two all-NBA guys were traded for each other during the season. And it's also the first time in NBA history two guys averaging at least 25 points a game were traded for each other during the season. This is insane. We have all kinds of weird fucking shit out there. There is some rumblings of collusion because the fucking Dallas Mavericks general manager didn't pick up the phone and call everyone else, didn't tell the NBA, Luka's on the block. Put together your best package. Make it blow our minds, and then we'll talk.
No.
Luka had no trade clause, so no matter where they wanted to trade Luka, they could have done it. Instead, right, so don't you manifest a fucking bidding war where you have the whole league fucking competing to get Luka, offering draft pick upon draft pick, maybe not just one, maybe two all-star type players on top of a shitload of picks?
Yeah.
Instead, this fucking Dallas Mavericks guy just calls up the Lakers and said, hey, you want Luka for Anthony Davis? We'll give you Luka, who is 6 years younger and is a better player than Anthony Davis.
Oh, absolutely. Without a doubt.
Luka Dončić is averaging 28, 9, and 9. Now, Anthony Davis is averaging 25 points and 11 rebounds. But Luka is 6 years younger. He's 25, as I just pointed out. Anthony Davis is 31. Luka also is a fucking 6'9", 260-pound ball handler. And the reports to make this story even crazier are that the Dallas Mavericks primarily traded him because of his conditioning. They traded him because they thought he was fat. He goes to Los Angeles. I see him get off the plane in a sweatsuit. The guy's not fat. He's a big fucking guy. Sometimes in sports, you have big fucking guys. Did anyone say, hey, Jerome Bettis, lose a few pounds? No one fucking did that. He used it to his advantage the way Luka uses it to his advantage. He literally throws his weight around in the NBA while being the primary ball handler. Why the fuck would you do this if you're the Dallas Mavericks? It's insane. And yes, their fucking organization should be looked into. I just saw someone say they weren't going to re-sign Luka. Don't tell that to Luka. He wanted to be a Maverick for life. And the reason why we know this is because A, he said so, but B, he just bought a $15 million mansion in Dallas. You don't buy a $15 million mansion in Dallas if you think you're going to get traded a week later.
No,
he was going to be a Maverick for life.
I got to tell you, Dave, on paper, this trade looks like you and Roy were the Mavericks and you traded Chris Pepper Stanley for me. Like, it is just not an upgrade in any sense, shape, or form.
Oh, I agree.
He's better at.
I agree. Why? Why would we do that to get
not a good move?
Such a piece of shit in return.
I'm just injured all the time, but I do kind of agree with the collusion. Apparently, Danny Ainge, who's the general manager of Utah Jazz, who was involved in the trade to help absorb some of the pay, got on the plane as he agreed to the trade and didn't know that Luka and Anthony Davis were involved. Like,
it's crazy.
And they made the trade. They waited to announce it till he was in the air and couldn't rescind his agreement to do it until he landed, and it was too late. Like there's something sneaky going on here.
This is a shocking development. And bros, if you really fucking traded a guy because you think he's a little too chunky, and that guy is 25, and he's currently averaging 28 points a game, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists a game, you can't get one single fucking person to get Luka to fucking hit the treadmill a couple extra times a week. Like, you can't do that. You really can't fucking get someone who can speak to him. Bring back fucking Nowitzki. You can't get fucking one guy to say, this is how it's done. I knew you are an amazing talent, but you gotta have a full tank of gas. You got to have a full one in May and June when it's the fucking playoffs and NBA finals. But nevertheless, you don't fucking trade someone like that. It's like the same thing with the Yankees and losing Soto. I go, that's fine. You can get a whole bunch of fucking all-stars to replace Soto. Not one will be as good as Soto, and not one will have the difference that just Juan Soto makes on the Yankees. It's the same thing with fucking Luka. As for the Lakers, guarantee you LeBron James is pissed off because reports are they didn't tell him. This is a guy who on every franchise, Cavaliers, Heat, Cavs again, Lakers, he is always the first to know. He is practically an assistant general manager on these teams. And the fact that they kept LeBron in the dark is a little insane. And LeBron's got to be a little pissed off about that.
Yeah, I can't imagine him being happy, especially with as good of friends as he and Anthony Davis seemed to be. Like, they were always together, and it seemed like they were truly, like, good friends on and off the court.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you something else. If LeBron gives Luka a hard time because he's pissed off and he's whining and complaining, the Lakers might not be able to re-sign Luka during this season, which means after this season, he would become a free agent. He has talked about how much he loved playing with Jalen Brunson when Jalen Brunson was on the Mavericks. Obviously, Brunson is on now my New York Knickerbockers. I'll take Luka the Hut in a heartbeat. I don't care if he's sitting. I don't care if he goes out in the first quarter, in the second quarter. He's got just like Jabba did in Return of the Jedi, he's got a dish of frogs that he just eats. He's so fat he's eating on the bench. I don't give a shit. You give me 28, 9, and 9, that's just fine. You put Luka back with Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns, holy shit. The Knicks might win the NBA Finals. So I would have no issues with that. This whole fucking Luka's fat thing is overblown. Jesus Christ.
I do have 2 conspiracy theories.
Yes.
So the first one that seems to make the most sense to me is they said Luka went out in November with the wrist sprain, and then they were worried about his conditioning when he came back. Well, one of the substances in the world that makes you gain weight very quickly and also recover from like a nagging injury pretty quickly would be a steroid of some sort. Like anybody,
he's got no whispers of steroid usage.
That would make sense if the Mavs picked up on a hot piss test or something. Where like, let's get rid of them before this is a problem.
I'm telling you what, it's not fucking steroids. It might be Schlitz in a syringe.
Okay, I'm just throwing it out as a possibility.
The guy likes his beer.
Who doesn't?
So what? Larry Bird drank beer, folks. He drank it in the he drank Budweiser's in the locker room, not during the game. But sometimes they said after the game, sometimes regular season. Bird might have 4 or 5 Budweisers with the boys.
Absolutely.
Like what? This guy's not fat. Again, you give me his stats. I don't give a shit what he fucking looks like. He could be as fucking big as Brendan Fraser, for Christ's sakes.
The option 2, I don't know if you heard this. Apparently, Aisha Curry, Stephen Curry's wife, sold her coffee shop and closed it down permanently in Oakland today.
Oh.
So perhaps Dallas has more moves along the way. I don't know if you recall this. Steph's brother Seth actually played for Dallas. So maybe something potentially happening there. Now, the downside is the Nico who made this trade is the one who fucked up signing Steph originally by calling him Seth and then by calling him Stephen, like the wrong spelling in Nike. So maybe not, but
this
perhaps
guy
there are
gave
more
a
moves
press
going.
conference yesterday that made him look like the typical out of touch moron. I have discussed this time and time again. It happens in radio. It happens in television. It happens in broadcasting. It happens in sports. They bring these airheaded general managers in to run the show. And they have to, the general manager just can't stay there and do nothing. They have to make decisions to justify their job. So every single time you bring in a new general manager to something that's already really successful, I gave you the fucking analogy to the fucking 92-3 K-Rock GM that they brought in last week. When Opie and Anthony and Ron and Fez were killing it in the ratings, then they brought in a new GM, and the new GM just made all these stupid decisions. Next thing you know, both of the shows were gone. But then a year later, so was the general manager because they had to reformat it because the GM made decisions that made absolutely no sense, and no one told them differently. This same thing just happened now in Dallas. I am telling you, this happens time and time and time again in life. You have the worst of the worst, people with no talent being put in positions of power, whether it's in the NBA, whether it's at Sirius XM, whether it's at 95.9 The Rat, Compound Media, whether it's in the NFL or Major League Baseball. You get the worst people with no imagination, creativity, and ability to think logically, and they fucking just make decisions just to make decisions, and they fuck everything up. And then everything goes away. And people go, I wonder what happened. That's what happened. The wrong people got put in positions of power and leadership, and they fucked everything up. You know the story of the Titanic. If you have a weak, ineffective captain who's asleep at the wheel, shit goes bad. It happens in every fucking line of work. It happened in entertainment. It happens in sports. We just saw it now with the Mavericks. If I was a Mavericks fan, I would be so disgusted. I wouldn't know what to do with myself. Well, you saw me after the Yankees lost Juan Soto this past year. So
not great.
That would have been a little bit of an example. This guy's a homegrown guy. This guy is 25 years old, Robert, and he's made the All-Star team 5 fucking times.
I'm not happy about the trade. I'm a
It's
LeBron
collusion.
hater. Yeah, 100%.
The NBA just looked the other way to let the Lakers get another young superstar as they've done their entire. Let's get Will Chamberlain. Let's get Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Let's get Shaquille O'Neal. Let's get Pau Gasol. They always make these insane fucking trades or acquisitions, and everyone's like, what the fuck? You mean we could have had a chance to get fucking Shaq or Gasol or now this fucking guy or now Luka? But no NBA teams did have a chance. The guy just called up the Dallas Mavericks, and the Dallas Mavericks guy, this Nico guy calls up the Lakers, is like, hey, we'll give you Luka. Oh, okay. Yeah, we will accept the green light this deal. Yes, we accept your terms, sir. Oh, it's embarrassing, man. I tell you what, Adam Silver better watch himself, the NBA commissioner, because combined with the ratings being down this year, and look, I'm watching every Knicks game. They're great. They're a fun team to watch, but they're, an old school basketball team. While they have a ton of guys who could shoot threes, they don't rely on the threes. They go to the hoop. They move the ball around. It's not ISO. It's not one-on-one. It's fucking great ball movements. The way the game's supposed to be played. Knicks are third in the East, by the way. I'm excited. Ooh. But they have an issue. The ratings are down. People are wondering, is it too many three balls? I think a lot of the sports leagues and the Star Wars and the Marvel, I think they're feeling the backlash of being so preachy. I think we Americans, by and large, just want to watch our sports our movies and TV and not think of current issues, not think of the exact problems going on in society in that exact fucking moment. Sports and movies and TV are to escape all of the bullshit of society, not to have it further reinforced and soapboxed into our fucking skulls for the millionth time. We all know bigotry is bad.
It's supposed to be the opioid of the masses, not the perennial reminder of all the issues.
It's got, it's all right. That'll do it. Major League Baseball, real quick, one thing.
Ooh.
Umpire just got fired because he was sharing his sports gambling account with the guy. And so the guy started placing bets on Major League Baseball games. This guy's name, the umpire's name is Pat Hoberg, and he's complaining, saying it wasn't my fault. I had a shared sports gambling account with the guy, and that guy made the bets. Timeout. That is seriously the biggest fucking lie I've ever heard in my entire life. No gambler would ever share their account with another gambler. Why? So I can let that fucking guy put me $100,000 in the hole?
Yeah.
What a fucking liar this Pat Hoberg is. I'm glad his ass is out.
You should solve your money problems by hitting up him and being like, let's share a gambling account, buddy.
If you feel so inclined to continue to have me continue to battle these motherfuckers, battle my landlords, didvad@aol.com.paypal. I'm not gonna scream in every second of every show now. Okay, it's out there, if you want. But times are tough for everybody, and I get that. Robert,
David,
we're gonna go now. Do you have anything you'd like to add? You'd like to say? To plug, to promote?
Please. Well, before I say anything, just thank you to Dead Crow Comedy. It was a wonderful weekend. It's always a great weekend there. If you're in the Wilmington area, they put on a good show regardless of the weekend. So you can get tickets there. You don't have to wait for, I know this comedian's going to be good. Anybody they book there is great, and they're always a great time. So if you're there, check it out. This Thursday, I'll be at Well Crafted Brew with Aaron Berg. Friday, I'll be at Phantom Power in Millersville, Lancaster area of Pennsylvania. It's a fun punk club. It's one of my favorite venues. Come check it out. It's not as good as Dead Crow for comedy, but it's a great punk venue. Like, a lot of the historic vans come through. It's got 2 tiers. That's all usually standing room only upstairs. So you can mosh during my set if you want. It'll probably be better than the comedy. Come check it out. Make sure you check into what Dave and I are doing. We're doing a bunch of fun stuff all the time.
Patreon.com/Eastside Dave for the newest episodes of Tales from the Satellite, and we're going to be, I believe, doing one this week.
Yeah. I think we are going to definitely do one this week, so we should have something out soon.
Whether it's tomorrow or Thursday. I'm starting to feel like it might be Thursday, but it doesn't matter. We're going to be doing one this week. Patreon popping off again. Some guy reminded me, said, I always like the Saturday mornings with David. Just a nice, weird little 2-3 minute video every Saturday morning. So I did one this past week, and I did that that video that you just saw of us playing the Fuck Tom Brady song acoustically. That is only on Patreon. Ooh. That is not on YouTube. That is no longer available basically online on the internet anywhere else. That's only on Patreon. Of course, the exclusive episodes of Davey Mac's Tales from the Satellite over a month before they're put up anywhere else. And that show's on fire. All right, look, that's it. We're going to do it. We've done another excellent episode. This was a big Super Bowl special, an hour and a half. It's time to go. We have to join Roy Harter in getting all opioided up. Yes, Robert?
We should probably make our predictions before we get out of here, Dave.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You first, please.
I'm going to take the Eagles. I'm going to say 42-38. Game-winning drive by Jalen Hurts seals the deal. No overtime needed. Saquon Barkley gets the MVP.
Well, yeah, I didn't talk a lot about Saquon. That the informal name of this Super Bowl should be Chiefs Eagles Part 2. This time the Eagles have Saquon. That should be the name of that movie because he's the difference maker and he just might be the guy that gives the Eagles this Super Bowl. I'm not going to vote against Mahomes and Andy Reid right now.
No,
I think that Saquon's going to play great football. I also think Jalen Hurts might make a big mistake or two. And if he does, that's all it'll take for the Chiefs to win. I do think it's going to be a good game, but I think the Chiefs are going to find out a way to get past him on a field goal. Chiefs 31, Eagles 28, and we'll see what happens. I'm excited. I'm excited for this Super Bowl.
Me too. I think it's going to be a great duel for the ages, I hope.
Yeah. And that'll do it. All right.
Great episode,
Subscribe to patreon.com/EastsideDave. Like I said, Robert and I are putting together another Tales from Satellite this week. You get a whole bunch of other stuff. And make sure you're subscribed and you're constantly sharing youtube.com/EastsideDaveTV, where you can get every single show. All of these shows are available as a audio-only podcast on your Spotify. What is that? Spotify, iTunes, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, and so on and so forth.
Anywhere you get podcasts.
Right. And social media is all at Eastside Dave you want to follow for programming notes. You should be subscribing. You should be sharing all of this content, please. Thank you very much. And that'll do it. That's our Super Bowl special. For Bobby Tamburro, for Roy Harter, my name is Eastside Dave McDonald. Good night, everybody. Have a good Super Bowl.